title is Applying Caching Capabilities to Inference.
Applications based on Semantic Web. I don't know the title is put in the program. So, okay, hello, my name is Alejandro Rodríguez. I represent the University Carlos III of Madrid, and I'm going to present this paper. As I said, it's applying caching capabilities to inference applications based on Semantic Web. The introduction is that the caching techniques play a very important role in the performance optimization of some systems. It's adopted in many different areas. Well, as I think that you know, some of the caching techniques that are common used are the pattern recognition, the game caching, or others. So we propose a new technique, a technique that is based on frequently used subparts of some subsets of rules. The end of the presentation is start with the system. I will describe the two main components, that is the pattern target strategy and the precondition of the system that are necessary to run. The system architecture, that's four parts: the knowledge base, the inference engine, the rules manager, and the caching system. I will present a use example, the evaluation, and the future work and conclusions. Okay, the first part is the pattern caching strategy. The objective of this part is to increase the system performance, as I said before. It consists in the extraction of already caged objects with elements in common. We are searching for a pattern. This process is carried out by an agent, an autonomous intelligent agent, that will be responsible for the search and the retrieval of this pattern that will be stored all the objects in a cache. The first step is an inference process. I will explain later. It's based on a knowledge base that is an ontology, and the other part are the rules that can be in more formats. For example, the format that the previous participant presents, or whatever format. In this case, we are working with NR rules, but can be any kind of format if they have some preconditions, and that I will explain later. The second step is the application of the pattern caching strategy. Once PCS has been applied, some patterns of inputs can be found, and the new queries will be applied to the new subsets of rules that will be generated from the system. The preconditions of the system. The most important feature is that it's based on the inference system output, so it should be possible to get new inference rules, which should or must generate the same results. As you can see, the set of rules for the pattern should be a subset of the total rules. It should be included in the initial set. The system outputs will enable the generation of inference rules, and the solution only can be used, that's a very important part of the system, in system where the number of the inputs affect directly to the number of the outputs. So, for example, we have X inputs, we have an inference, and we have the outputs that is Y. If we add new inputs, the new output should be a subset of Y. If the rules don't work in this kind of strategy, it's not possible to apply this system. So the system architecture, the graphic is more or less this. The knowledge base that provides to the inference engine the knowledge. We have the rules manager that has two main parts, global repository and rules container, and the caching system that has the caching driver and the rules processing agent. The knowledge base, sorry for my English, it contains the knowledge base of the expert system. Concretely, acts as ontology manager of the system. You work with ontology. And it provides all the data stored in the repository, all the data that we have in the ontology store. It has the connection with the inference engine, as it's normal, and if you work with some kind of technology, you know that it's related. The inference engine is the kernel of the expert system that we are trying to improve. It carries with the entire reasoning and inference process. It will generate a response based on the experience and the knowledge about the query that we are asking. And it always uses the knowledge base and the rules that are provided to it. That's an important thing, that it also generates hash codes for each input that resides. For example, if we receive 3 inputs, it will generate a hash code for that input. That I will explain later why we need that. The rules manager, it transfers the rules that provide the restrictions for the inference engine process to the inference engine. And it's divided into two subsystems, that is the global repository and rules container. The global repository and rules container, okay. The global repository stores the global inference rules. All the rules that we have in the system, if we have 1 million rules, will be stored in the global repository. It is managed by the expert. So if the expert, the person that said we include these rules or we exclude that rules, and only can be modified by him or her. If we extend the rules, the magnitude of the problem will be increased, and if we reduce, it will be decreased. The rules container is the repository where the distinct subsets of rules will be stored. These subsets of rules will be generated by the interaction with the caching system mode. The agent, based on the caching system, will analyze the total set of rules and search for patterns repeated in the cache table. And the rules that are not necessary will be eliminated in order to increase the performance of the system and decreasing the response. The cache driver is responsible for managing the cache and all of its related objects, the array, the content, etc. And it will be ensured that the number of elements is adequate. It will use some policy of replacement like LRU, MRU, or wherever. We will see that in packets using LRU, I think, or I don't remember. The inference engine will consult the cache driver to find if the input has a pattern that matches with it in the cache. If it finds it, a rule subset will be used. And this component also verifies that the cache size doesn't exceed a concrete limit that the user can establish. The module, the rules processing agent, is the module that will generate a new subset of rules to solve the problem based on the entry stored in the cache. As I said before, it's using an intelligent autonomous agent. At systematic moments in time that we can configure, it will carry out a map of the cache in search of new patterns. For example, every 2 days, 20 hours, or whatever. It will also liberate space if it is needed, using this policy, less frequently used. And will search combination in the global repository that match with the pattern, and will save the new rule subsets in the rules container. Blah blah blah. The steps of the process, that I think that is the most important. The fundamental objective is to obtain the patterns of input that are stored in the cache and generate the new set of rules. The steps are: we search new patterns, we search new patterns, we update the use of all patterns. If, for example, they are used, we can have like a counter. We reorganize the cache, deleting of all patterns and adding new patterns. We will make a reasoning, an inference of the results based on the new patterns. We will compute the results of the inference in step 4 to generate new sets of rules. And finally, we will update the repository of rules, adding the new subsets or deleting the subsets that are not used. For example, it's an example of the pattern recognition algorithm. We will get the hashes from the database, suppose these 6 hashes, and for each hash, a caching console object will be generated to encapsulate the hash and the code associated with it. For example, each hash has some code. first one is SA, the third one is SA, SB, SD, the code, whatever. So we only need now the strings, the codes, SA, SB, SC. These codes should be canonized. In this case, we use alphabetically ordered to make this process. So now we throw the algorithm to search patterns. You can see in bold the patterns that are found. For example, SA, SB, SD is compared with all the results, and it's found that it has 3 elements, so we have a pattern. We can say to the system, we need patterns of length 2, 3, 4, the length that we consider. For example, if you see in the second line, it finds a match, but it's only 2 elements in common, SA and SB. So the minimum are established to 3, it's discarded. At the end, we find another pattern that is SD, SH, SL. So we have 2 patterns. Finally, a use example. This is a medical diagnosis domain. It's of the project we are working on it. In this case, the inputs are strings that represents the code of the symptom. It's an example with symptom A, symptom B, symptom C, but it can be fever, I don't know, swine flu, or any kind of symptom. In this case, you can see in bold that we find in the input 3 inputs that match with patterns. Sim A, Sim B, Sim C. If you can look back. See here, we have this pattern that matches with this pattern that matches with this, and this pattern that matches with this. So, the system performance is affected by the number of rules used. So if we try to generate a subset, if we have 1 million rules but we can use 1,000, will be better. So the system will carry out the strategy that I described before, and will set possible common patterns within all the inputs. It will communicate with the inference engine to obtain all the possible outputs, which it, of the pattern, will provide. In the example, the system will make a query to the inference engine, so it will return all the outputs, based on the set of inputs of the first one, Sim A, Sim B, Sim B, Sim C, Sim D, Sim H, Sim E, and the other one. The system, based on these inputs, returns the following. Sim A, Sim B, Sim C, this is X, and this is N, and the rest. If you see for example, if you take a look in the first one, it's ABC. And with ABC, it returns X and N. With ABC, X and N, but with A, B, C, E, it returns N only, not X. That's the point that I explained before, that the results should be a subset of the initial set. So once this step has been performed, the goal of the system is to generate all of the possible inference rules that lead to this output based on the output that it has just obtained. The evaluation. 2 kinds of tests were developed. This one, it's get execution time of all the entire system. It also includes the load of the ontology and the classification, all. And the test 2 only takes in account the inference time. We load, doesn't matter how much time it takes to load the ontology, we make the mediation in the inference time. We make that for 1 execution of the system, and the caching doesn't improve the efficiency. Even in one case, it's worse. But for example, for 100 execution, the caching only makes a little improve in the efficiency. For one execution of the inference engine, that aids the important thing, the caching improved the efficiency with a time reduction around 50%. But only one case, it was worse. And for 100 execution, the caching only makes a little improve in the efficiency. So the conclusion is that the caching system obtains an increment of the temporal efficiency for small data sets. The evaluation has been done with this kind of sets because in the domain that we are working, the medical domain, it was a little bit difficult for us to get a big set of rules to try to work with bigger data sets. And the conclusion of future work is that the most important advantages of this kind of application is the efficiency. We present the system as a general solution to productivity boosting without carrying large computational or implementation costs. And the future work will include the interesting task of optimizing the pattern search algorithm. Finally, this algorithm has been supported by Spanish Ministry, and that's the end. I think that we are with the time.
Yeah, we have a time. Perhaps if there are any questions, you can ask.
Yeah, later I will be very happy to answer any question.
Okay.